Okay, so let's see. So I'm doing some like why you're stuck type bonus videos. Okay, I just did one that was for Aquarius, so we're gonna pick another one now and see what we get. So who out there needs a video? Are they stuck? What needs to change? Show me a sign, please. For which sign will this be? Okay. The Chariot card. So we'll go with Cancers. I think that makes sense. Let's see. All right. Yep. No other confirmations there. So all right. So we'll go with Cancers. All right. So let's see what the main theme is for Cancer. Why you are stuck. What is the main theme? Is it love? Is it money? Is it career? Is it spiritual aspirations? What's going on? What is the main theme for the Cancers watching this video, please? Okay. Just personal victory, personal achievement, personal empowerment, that sort of thing with the Ace of Swords. It's like you guys want a win, you know? I mean, you don't want to win. That's not what I was saying. Like, you want a win. And you have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck as well. So I feel like it's basically about moving forward, all right, because this is your card, and let's not forget that. You know, it's like I always think, you know, people should study their cards, like, and look at the what the essence of their card is. So I mean, the Chariot card is a card for Cancer, so you know, there's a lot of really cool things, you know, to study about this card, but basically the main gist of it is it's the Charioteer reigning in the black and the white, you know, not imbalances, but the polarities, you know, that we have as human beings, and learning how to steer, you know, in a forward motion, you know, with these like things that are just they're heavy, they don't want to move, you know, but they need to work in unison in order to steer the chariot forward. So and I feel like that's what this is about, you know, with the Emperor at the bottom of the deck and the Ace of Swords. Like, that's, you know, that could be why you're stuck. You might just be feeling like you're not the Charioteer right now. You're not the Emperor. You're not in control of the way things are going the way you would like. You don't feel the empowerment that you would like to feel. So, and that could be in relation to a relationship, into your career, into your spiritual progression, you know, all kinds of different things. So let's see. Let's see what's going on. I mean, they're both very positive cards, though. So, let's see. And with an ace coming out like that, maybe you're about to be unstuck also. So that's really good. Maybe this is just an uplifting message. That could be good. So, Cancers, please. Show me some... I'm going to talk to myself a little bit. I mumble a little. So when it's time to speak clearly, though, I will speak up. For their highest good, for Cancer's highest good, show me what it is that they need to take action towards. What do Cancers need to take action towards for their highest good? For those watching this video, please. Okay, there's 1, 6. Yeah, wow. Personal empowerment. You have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck too. So it's like I get the sense. I mean, there's 3 victory cards coming right out here. Now, granted, this is your card, and that's why we're doing this reading. You know, so that's. But I did choose it. You know, I mean, it could have been. You know, I could have chose like the Lovers card, and it could have been for Gemini or what have you. So I chose the victory card, the Cancer card. All right, and then, you know, we have this kind of, you know, overall theme of a victory. You know, the wreath, the crowning wreath on the sword is the crowning wreath on this wand. So, I mean, there's, you know, I was asking, like, what type of actions that you need to kind of take for your highest good and that sort of thing. We have the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is about appreciation. All right, you need to go find your appreciation, or go find where you are appreciated. It's also a card of stepping into power and not being afraid to, and having the confidence and the self-assuredness to do that, okay? So I feel like that, now this could be in regards to love. Definitely, there could be, you know, maybe with the 7 of Swords, there's somebody, you know, that you have your eye on, but most likely this is more, you know, too, about career, with the Queen of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles there too. So, you know, it's like going and getting that offer, the one that you really love, you know, and wow, Sun card here too. 8 of Cups. The Lovers card, isn't that funny? I mentioned that, and there it is. Okay. Knight of Wands, interesting. So for some of you, this could be Tower. Yikes. Okay. So that was at the bottom. Because we do have a couple cards of Leo here, and Leo again, kind of energy. For some of you, you know, you need to also look deeper for this victory, all right? Because I feel like this is what you want. You want this victory. You want this like empowerment, and again, like you want the win. You know, you want to feel the power within yourself, not in a power hungry kind of way, not in an ego way. I mean, we're talking about Cancers here, so we already know that's not where we're going. We're talking about this like just feeling like some truth, some clarity in your life, and some empowerment. You know, that's what I feel is going on here. The only thing is I can say is it could be looking for it in the wrong places. Okay. Because these are very bright cards. These are very good. But I almost feel like this is more like the outer world, okay? And I feel like what you really need, like that missing piece, because you're leaving that behind and going for something else. So some of you Cancers might have had some success. Maybe you've had the accolades. Maybe you've had the appreciation. Maybe you've had the praise, you know, from someone. Maybe that person, you know, kind of, you know, put you on a pedestal or you know, what have you. Or in your career, you know, maybe you've made some really great strides. You've kind of been on top and maybe received some awards or some appreciations and things like that, and you've been on top of your game, but it's still not quite like that victory that you're looking for, okay? There's still that missing like piece, you know, that you just feel and crave and want to go find. Well, that missing piece may be love. You know, that's what I'm seeing with the Lover's card here. I mean, this is like passion, this is connection, this is spiritual, physical connection. You know, the Knight of Wands, not so much, but I think the Knight of Wands is just showing, you know, that it's like I don't know, I feel like somebody's coming towards you, you know, and then you guys are meeting in the middle, you know, kind of thing. That's kind of what I see here. I think like this seems like false to me. At first I thought like the Six of Wands was just you wanting, you know, to you know, have these like types of wins, but I see it differently now that the other card came out. So I feel like you've already had some, or you've had some praise or those types of things, or maybe you sought after this type of energy, and then you got it and realized, damn, no, that wasn't it either. You know, like maybe some of you like really wanted to go far in your career, or maybe like with this relationship, and like you thought, you know, because maybe they again put you on a pedestal or something like that, and you thought this would be it. But again, I just feel like it's not it, and you're starting to realize that you need to go find something else. And I feel it's more metaphysical and deeper is what I feel. And also I feel as whatever as it sounds, I I kind of think it has, you know, a lot to do with sexuality is what I'm seeing. So I think it's like connecting in that deep level. I think that's, now I don't know if that's it, like if that's going to bring you your victory. I just feel like that's where you're moving towards to see if that is your missing piece. All right. So I don't know for sure, but this is kind of what I'm seeing going on. So I feel like you're kind of moving away from like the something that seemed really good. Maybe you got some praise for. Maybe it seemed like a bright, shiny thing that you wanted or something. Because Cancers aren't really like super materialistic necessarily, but it's like it seemed like something great. But that now you've got it, and it's like, you know. And I think that you want that connection is where I think you're headed. Let me see what your like actions. Did I already ask that? What did I ask before? What's the best way for Cancers to find this missing piece? Okay, let's do that. Okay, because you're seeking something here. You know, you realize like there was some emotional fulfilling things about whatever this is that you did accomplish, but I feel like now you want to go and you want to find some other things that will also See if that adds to your accomplishments or your emotional well-being, things like that. Like you're after the win. That's what I just keep seeing here. So let's see what the missing piece might be for some of you guys. Let's see what that is. So for Cancers out there, like what's the highest thing for them to go on this quest and seek? Because we see they might be going towards this Gemini or going towards a physical relationship, but what is the highest thing that they should seek? Because they've had this, so what is the highest thing that they should seek? Okay. Balance. Okay. And yeah, okay, Emperor. There we go. Emperor, Seven of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So with the Five of Swords and the Six of Pentacles, where I was asking like what the highest thing is that you should go seek. Like what is it that, because maybe that's it. Maybe you should go, chase the Lover's card or what have you. So I wanted to see what that is. What would be the highest thing? So with the Five of Swords coming out, which is funny because I mentioned it came out in the Aquarius video too, and every single time I do these why are you stuck videos, Five of Swords every time. So the Five of Swords is just such a stubborn energy. It's something, it's like a win at any cost, even to the detriment of yourself. And when I say that, it's not like you're like a cutthroat person who will win at any cost. I don't mean that. It's like it's something within you that it's like you won't let go of, and you you set yourself out to do something, and you are going to win that battle, whatever it is. And it could even be something within yourself, that you've made up your mind that, in other words, too, it's a lot of times I see this energy too with people where it's like they say, no, I'm not that kind of person. No, that's not me. People are very adamant to say stuff like that. I hear that come out of so many people's, conversations and things. Oh, no, that's not me. Oh God, no, I'd never do that. That kind of thing. It's like that is kind of Five of Swords energy to me, because it's like, well, you don't. Nobody really knows who they are. When people say that, like, oh, that's not me. Well, nobody really knows who they are, and it's like, no, that's just not. You're not really giving a chance. You're just saying that's not you because that's a pattern. That's what you're used to. Because maybe when you were 15, you decided that wasn't you. Like cheating, for instance. Let's just use that as an example. Like, somebody saying, oh, no, that's not me. I'd never cheat. Because maybe when you were 15 or something, your best friend got cheated on and you saw how much it hurt or something, and you thought to yourself, oh gosh, I don't ever want to do that to somebody, so I'm not going to be that, So you keep saying that all your life. Oh, no, that's not me. Oh, that's not me. I'm not a cheater. Nope. And then, but the thing is, it's like you don't really know. That was you. That was something you made up your mind about when you were like 15 years old. But you will win that battle at any cost, okay? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. And that's not necessarily a bad one, to hold to. But it's just not being flexible at all on things, okay? So it's kind of a weird card, but it shows up a lot. So with the Six of Pentacles is about, reciprocity and equal give and take, things like that. It's also a card of giving, being charitable to others at times. And here's the really tricky thing about like being charitable to others or being sacrificing to others is that, and I've said this before too, it's a very easy thing to sacrifice something that is easy for you. But something that is not easy for you is very difficult. And so let me put that into context, okay? So for instance, I like to sleep late, okay? I don't like to get up early. If I have an appointment at like 8:30 or 9 in the morning, I'm like, totally annoys me. I don't like having to get up early to go to appointments or something like that. So therefore I don't. but that's a good example. So let's say, so that is for me is very difficult. I don't like getting up in the morning. So let's just say then that my friend really needs some help, but they need that help at 8 a.m. All right. So that, if they call me and say, hey, I need your help at 8 a.m. tomorrow, Molly, can you help me out? So my first reaction is really a telltale sign of how charitable I am. Because if I'm like, what? I don't know. And, I'm trying to think of something to get out of it. Well, then that's not sacrificing, or saying, well, I'll help you at like 2. That's not it. That's a hard sacrifice. Okay, but now if my friend called me up and said, hey, Molly, I need you to help me move my whole entire apartment at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Are you down? I'd be like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Because that's easy for me. Like, I like physical work, 8 p.m., not a big deal, so that's easy. So then I think I'm all charitable. That's not charitable. That's easy. What's hard is saying yes to the friend that wants you to like get up at 8 a.m. or do something that you don't want to do. So keep that in mind, because a lot of people think that they're very charitable for things, or they're very self-sacrificing and all these, but it's easy to be self-sacrificing for things that are easy. Okay? So, and I get the sense that this is about there's something that maybe, like, I feel you guys are on your way to the 10 of Pentacles, which is a very nice card. This is, a legacy type card. It's beautiful. I mean, there's other things, that come along with it, but in the tarot, it's a very nice card. It's like family and grandpa sitting in the corner, a couple dogs, they got some money, they got a nice house, they've got family around them. It's all, very, very nice and comfortable. And they've worked hard, to get there and all of those things. Well, maybe, or maybe they, maybe they're a trust fund baby. I don't know, but, either way. But the thing is, I think to get there, because I feel like that's where you want to be. This is what you are wanting, that win. Like, you want the legacy, you want the family, you want the American dream, basically, is what this is, right? And it's tangible, it's possible. But I feel like there's something here about the balance and stubbornness and balance. Okay, so I feel like you guys, like, you are helpful, you are charitable, you are, and when I say charitable, I don't necessarily mean like donations and things like that. I'm talking about, your time, your efforts, your what have you. But I feel like there's a little bit that needs to be tweaked with that. And in other words, giving more of yourself in a way that truly is a little bit of a sacrifice for you. So in other words, like, if you have money and, like, let's say you give out a lot of charitable donations, like, maybe it's Christmas time and you donate to a lot of different charities. But again, if you have money already, that's easy for you. So I'm talking about things that are a little out of your comfort zone. Okay, so maybe, actually, instead of getting money or something for charity, maybe like going, and not that that's a bad thing, that's a beautiful thing, but I'm just giving you examples. Maybe go and actually physically help with some things, around the holidays, or do something different that's a little out of your comfort zone. Okay, that is, because the universe likes that kind of thing. They like when you give, when it truly is a little bit of a challenge for you, or a little bit of a sacrifice for you. Okay, because then the universe sees then that you have faith and you have trust in them. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing going on here. I know that I kind of went on a little bit about that. So, I mean, we'll just kind of like narrow this down, because I know a lot of people just kind of want to know about love and career, why they're stuck with those things. So we'll take a look at that real quick. But I think these, I like to do these to get on a deeper level type of stuff. So I'll just pull a couple quick cards. So, like, if you're stuck with career, let's see what that is. So if a Cancer is stuck with their career, why is that? Why is that? Cancers. Stuck with career. Okay. I feel that one too. Okay. Judgment. Okay. So, and Six of Wands. That's funny, because I was feeling that one and I pulled it. So, and we saw that earlier. So if you're stuck with like career type things and that kind of deal, it could be there could be something like, I don't know. I'm going to throw some oracle cards down for you because it could be either way. But something where you need to renew something about, like just have renewed passion, renewed gusto, renewed, like that. Like that, try to remember a time when you had like a first accomplishment in the career that you are currently in and how that made you feel, and find that kind of verve again, that renewal of energy of where you were at that time. So for instance, if you've had like a fairly significant career and maybe after university, you landed your first job, let's say you're an attorney, you won your first case, it's like that kind of energy, like, how that made you feel. And kind of bring that back into things again. That could be why you're stuck. Some of you may need to go revisit something that you were very good at in the past, okay? And see, especially like, maybe some of you maybe won some kind of like art school award, like maybe in high school or something, they had like an art contest and you won or something like that. Maybe revisiting that. Maybe there's something to that, that it's like that kind of energy. The other thing too is it is the card of judgment. So, I mean, it could be too that you are judging yourself based on how much praise that you get. And let's face it, in today's corporate, if you're in corporate work, that just ain't happening. It hasn't been happening for a long time, and it's especially not happening these days. So it could be too that the reason you're a little bit stuck is because you are judging your value, your self-worth on how much appreciation you may get, because that would make sense. Like back probably we're talking more like 50s and 60s or something like that. I mean, if you did a good job around the office or at your whatever kind of job you have, retail job, whatever, it's like, I mean, bosses kind of recognize that, and then they maybe even gave out little rewards or perks or bonuses or even a round of applause from the other employees or something like that, where you kind of knew like that you did a good job. They paid more attention to that sort of thing. These days they just don't. So it could be that you are judging yourself based on your your accolades, what you've received, and so if you haven't received like a bunch of praise or a bunch of recognition or something like that, then you could be feeling inadequate in yourself when that's just simply not true. The one thing I have always stayed firm to, and I've never been like really in the corporate world or anything like that. I've been on the fringes of it in certain ways, but it's never been my scene, never pursued it, but I've worked a lot of jobs. I've worked a lot of retail jobs, a lot of weird jobs, a lot of like very weird jobs, all kinds of jobs. And the one thing is, it's like I am a worker, and I will work my ass off, and I will do a great job and all those types of things. But the one thing I finally drilled through my head, and it took a very long time, because I was like this. I always thought if I worked hard and did all these things, I would get noticed, or, I would get some sort of, respect, back. Well, it just doesn't happen. So the thing is, I finally came to the conclusion that I work that hard because it's my respect. I do it because I want to. I am a good worker, and it's like, I want to prove to myself those things. It's like, it has nothing to do with wanting to impress the company or any of that stuff like it did when I was younger. Now it's just that I work hard because that's who I am. I want to do a good job, and I do it for my own recognition. So that's what I feel is going on with that. Okay, so let's see. Love-wise. What was our question? Stuck, blah, blah, blah. All right, so for love, what do you guys need to unstick yourself from love? Well, that sounds fun. Okay. All right. So what do Cancers out there need to do to get themselves unstuck with their love situation? Whether or not they have one or not, what do they need to do? What do they need to do to get unstuck for their love situation? Okay. All right. Page of Pentacles. All right, well, you got to get out there. That's what that's about. So, it's about making an offer. It's about dating. It's about, maybe even, taking some fun classes or something that you might be interested in. Maybe you'll meet somebody that's like on the same page. Little pun. But mostly, to me, the Page of Pentacles it's a messenger, or it is dating a lot of times to me, so I feel like, that's kind of what you got to do. You got to, Page of Cups is at the bottom of this deck, not even kidding. So, and the thing about pages it's sort of a youthful, exuberance. So it's like looking at these things and just kind of just getting out there and putting yourself out there, flirting a little bit, have fun with it. Think about when if you're more like my age or something like that. Think about when you were younger, and it's like, before all of the, whatever sites there are, I can't think of their names right now, all these like crazy dating sites and stuff. It's like, what did you do? You dressed up a little bit and you went out, and you flirted. So, it's kind of like that. So I really feel like, and if you're already, you're stuck in a love situation and it is way more heavier and deeper than this and all of those things, I get it. But, what this is really saying though is remembering, and not in a nostalgic way, or anything like that, or getting lost in that, but kind of remembering the energy of what it was like when, like you were maybe college age and you dated, and that sort of thing. Because it's really easy to lose touch with that kind of, especially for people more like, my age or even a little younger than me, really, because, internet dating now is just a whole different thing. So it's, to me, this is about, like, connecting. So if you're having problems, like, in your love relationship, if it's deeper than just going out and meeting somebody new and flirting and that sort of thing, then it's still that kind of young, vibrant type of energy, okay, where it's like kind of, assess the situation, assess what type of vibrance you could infuse the situation with, and bring it to a younger kind of vibrant level. All right, not such a hard, serious, and I get it. Some of you guys are going through some serious stuff, and this just isn't going to fly. I understand that, all right? But the thing is, there's always going to be those. And what's really interesting is that stuff doesn't end, okay? Because it's I do a lot of readings. I do, have a lot of clients, and I can tell you, it's like they're all different age ranges, and this stuff doesn't end. So these love things, all right? You think, you get to a certain age and things are going to kind of mellow out and chill. Yeah, I'm here to tell you they don't, all right? Unless you kind of get some of this stuff, like, figured out. So, I think it's a matter of just having a youthful approach to things, not being afraid, flirting, that I just see youthful exuberance is what I see. All right, like of that time. And when you're going through these heavy situations that you may be going through, maybe deep third party stuff, maybe they might be leaving you next week, maybe you're leaving them next week, all those types of things. If you're going through that type of stuff, then it's like, just keep this in mind at some point, because those energies will end. If you're going through something deep now, they're going to change eventually. So just hang in there, and when the time comes, just kind of remember, this innocence, these cute, pages, it's like, hi, hi, they're saying hi back, and it's just so, like, playful and youthful to me. So, and it's not, like, immature. I'm not saying, like, just, like, if you're my age, I'm not saying, go put on, like, a mini skirt like you did when you were 20, and it's just, there's just something about the more innocent beginnings of things, I feel, with this. All right, not so much the deep, the heavy, and all of that kind of deal. So I don't know, hopefully that was of some help. I'm not sure, but I sure did talk a while. Oh, oracle cards, that's right. Okay, so all right. So how does Cancer get this win? How do they get this win? Energy advice cards, please. Oh, for Cancers, how do they get this when they are seeking? Energy advice for Cancers. Leap. All right. Okay, anything else? Is that it? Actually, I almost feel like that's it, because that's kind of perfect, and it kind of ties into everything we were just talking about. Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you, okay? So I get that sense, like, whatever it is that you are seeking, because I feel like you're not finding fulfillment in the things that you thought you would. I just, there's something here about going back to a simpler type of energy, okay, that I feel in regards to anything, in regards to career, in regards to love, your spiritual approach, whatever. I feel like there's something about this more simplistic type, open and exposed approach, but, you know, not being so vulnerable that freaks you out or anything like that. But that's, you know, that's the kind of energy that I am seeing here. And it says, you know, leap. It says, you go first, the universe will catch you. So whatever it is you choose to go after, as long as you go forward, it's like the universe is going to protect you. They've got you. They've got the safety net there. You're not going to fall, you know, and this is all about, like, just faith and trust and all of those types of things. So I feel like it's very positive. I think some of you have had some, like, pretty good things happen in your lives, and I think you've had some pretty not so great things happen in your life. That's what's making you be, like, the seeker, you know, and I feel like you're seeking right now, like, you're fairly comfortable with things, but you're really seeking something. And I feel like explore, just you know. And the other thing, you know, I keep thinking of, like, college students here, you know, just like that. You know, when you're a college student, it's like some of it, you know, when you're in sometimes you feel like you have it all figured out, and you're very smart and all of those types of things, but there's still always this, like, air of mystery and magic about what the future holds. And I think that is the energy to return to. All right, that's what, regardless of age or anything like that, that is what I am sensing here. So leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. I love it, and, you know, it's a beautiful thing. So hopefully that was some help, guys. All right, I think that's all for tonight, because I talked too long. All right, thanks, guys. Oh, I'm working on December readings too. Those will be out soon. I'm going to start throwing those out a little bit at a time. So all right, thanks, bye.